everyone, and happy times. Tootsie Bird, Haven the Raven, and welcome back to Elden Ring Catch Flame Only. Actually, I should talk to you. Just because I'm going to want your hat. We're going to be doing either Castle Morn or Stormvale Castle today. Back over here.
I'm still looking. I don't believe I do. I suppose I'll ask my certainly. I know I can tell.
And then we ran back over here. So I looked it up, and apparently there is, in fact, a seal that buffs, or that will buff Catch Flame. However, I have to rush mountaintops if I want to get it. I have to rush a hero's grave in mountaintops if I want to get it. So that's going to be a later.
I have you to thank. I can have I'm as yet. But and if well I search Roderica.
That is definitely going to have to be a later thing. Because I can't even get to mountaintops right now. Like, I could plan around the route if it was literally anywhere else, but mountaintops... Ooh. Just... ooh. While I decide whether I'm doing Castle Morn or Stormvale, let's go tackle this. Actually, there's two things I should tackle because... Oh, I also should go back... Okay, I think I'm tackling Castle Morn first, if only because I'm going to be in the Weeping Peninsula anyway for Turtle Shield. I forgot about Turtle Shield. But I'm going to need Turtle Shield. This is just so I can get into Caelid easier. From the front, I've got a couple... things I have to take care of. Alright, and you spawn like right here. Oh dear. What? I hit dodge! I can't even actually use the thing that she gives me because I don't deal holy damage. However... a talisman is still a talisman. What? Okay, so she's fast and hits like a truck. Perhaps I shouldn't have been so arrogant. And of course it's raining. There we go. Okay, yeah, this is gonna have to wait. I have the grace for when I need it. But I can't guarantee with her speed that I'm not going to be trading. And that's not a trade I can win. Down here. I think it was this one. No, this is the actual twin blade. The trapped chest is the other one. I can't remember exactly where the lower tier Faith's canvas is. I know I'll have to do Millicent's quest for the higher tier one. But the lower one, I feel like I should be able to get, and it's somewhere in Caelid. And I think it's this one. I think it's this place. Which, if I can get that, would be a nice boost to my damage. And clearly, I need all the help I can get on that front. Oh dear. Okay. The reason I'm not rushing is if I'm right, then rushing the other place would be a bad idea. Rushing the Grace. I don't want to actually collect much here. Okay, you I might be able to deal with. I'll come back through here and get everything else later. But for now, Actually, I suppose there isn't much harm in collecting what I can. Because there should be smithing stones 5 and 6 around here. Can't really use them yet. I will... Actually... hang on. Let's... Because I'm not going to be facing the boss, let's put a pin there. I'll see the random thing of green and be confused. But I believe Faith's canvas is over here. And I was correct. That is a nice little buff. Alright, I just need to get out of here. The fact that I died on the corpse, actually, is brilliant. I can finagle my talismans anywhere. So I may as well do it right now. Nope, all crystals. Where else can I get? Okay, so there's actually not as much around here as I was thinking. You are a problem. The one problem with, well, getting here as early as I did is that I am not exactly tanky. I need better armor. I definitely need better armor. I'm gonna have to put a lot. I am probably going to be rocking Bull Goat the entire playthrough, is how much I need better armor. I just need the endurance to actually wear it. Couldn't remember what that was. I'll be taking my smithing stones. That works. There's nothing there. You have stabbed nothing. But I'll have to come back through here and kill the boss because the boss drops more smithing stones. And after that... Hello. Forgot there was one hiding there. And then I'll have this area... Oh dear, full cleared. Yikes. I may be dying a lot, but I actually don't regret coming to get that. Faithful's Canvas, I think it's an 8% boost to incantations. Which, it doesn't sound like a lot. But when your incantations are the only form of damage you are capable of doing, it winds up being incredibly valuable. And you can actually get the incant buff sooner than you can get the sorcery buff. Alright, Celia's over here. Might be worthwhile to actually do the puzzle. Because there's a couple things that are actually locked behind this puzzle. Oh dear. First of all, there's Upper Kaled. That plateau has Millicent, which, as I said, I am actually going to wind up needing. On top of there being Millicent, there's also a bunch of sacramental buds, which I want to have access to before I decide to traverse the Lake of Rot. Ah. There's also Salen's quest, which can give me some things. Nothing useful for the most part, but runes are still runes. Wrong button again. Okay. I keep hitting the lantern when I mean to call for my horse. Up we go. And then I should run around. All of Celia to go collect the stuff. For the most part, it isn't really anything much to worry about. However, the Spelldrake Talisman will still be helpful, particularly against Renala. Night Comet is useless. At least for this run. And the Imbued Sword Key will get me some nice things. That is the wrong direction. Hi, hello, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Goodbye. And we flee. That's everything important from Celia. I can still go around and collect loot or runes. But actually, I should talk to Gowry just to get that quest started. I know exactly where the needle is, and I can't get to it yet.
Oh, I'd hoped a strapped friend. Should you accept, I will teach you. Oh, I need your name resting. When the urge administers for this, seek the needle. First, it's hidden, then I want a secret.
I've already figured that out on my own. Fun fact, I actually had to go looking for Millicent's quest my first playthrough because I was stuck on something. And I'd found her, but I hadn't met Gowry. It is very easy to miss him. Like, I actually looked that up because I was confused. I'd come back to her like 4 times. Rest to reset aggro. And okay, that is actually not bad. I'm actually close. I was gonna fast travel away, but I'm close enough to that I should actually just go grab it. Expanding my map isn't a bad thing. There we go. Dragon Barrow, I should go get the map for, but I feel like I think I have to actually deal with Anastasia in order to do that the normal way, and I don't feel like going up this path. So, we are going to head back here. I'll head into Castle Morn proper after I get Turtle Shield. Turtle! This on its own puts me up to medium load. However, that stamina boost is going to be huge. I need to get my vigor up to 20 because I'm getting 2-shot by literally everything. My damage, there isn't much I can do about that for now. That's not what I meant to do. It's pretty much always raining here, so I'm dealing with reduced damage no matter what I do. What ending do I want to go for? That's going to impact my route greatly. Actually, there's a couple things I can do in the Weeping Peninsula after Castle Morn that I should really do before I tackle Stormvale. I can sneak past here. You, unfortunately, I cannot sneak past. Much as I would love to just leave you alone. Yeah. I know for a fact I'm gonna be getting into a fight up here. If I was just running around and collecting loot, that would be one thing, but I am actually trying to talk to the guy. Which means I need to kill everything between me and him. Oh dear. There we go. I'm getting better with the spacing. Oh dear. That is going to be a problem in the future. That is definitely going to be a problem. Flying enemies are going to be the bane of my existence this run. I can already tell. Flying enemies are usually annoying, but this time it's gonna be extra, so... Actually, I might not even be able to beat the Leonine Misbegotten yet. I can actually run past these guys, so I'm going to do that. Because you're just embroiled in combat. Yeah, you guys are definitely in the wrong here.
If you see a father will come for.
I legitimately might not be able to do anything about the Leonine Misbegotten yet. Because normally... Not only am I usually a little bit of a higher level when I come here, due to having taken out a Geel, I usually have a ranged option. Let's see here. I probably won't be able to level up anymore just from runes. My damage output is also going to suffer from the fact that it's raining. I take no fault for gravity. I forgot that... Yep. Yep, okay. I'm just going to ignore most of these Misbegotten because I don't think they're going to help me much. There's a talisman up here I can sell. And then I just need to quickly run my way to that one over there. Which I have to wonder, how exactly was anybody supposed to traverse this normally? Oh dear. Yeah, how in canon was anybody supposed to get over here? There has to have been underground passages or something. Because there's like no other way, right? Because we have to traverse cliffs. That cannot be the intended route for the builders. The in-universe builders, I know, FromSoft are twisted bastards. Run! There we go. Alright, what are we working with? That's not good, honestly. 261. Just for being what? My damage would be higher if it wasn't for that. So, what can I do about that? Actually, let's go back here. Because, or no, over here. Because down here is a cave that should have a bunch of smithing stone twos. Alternatively, I could rush... the Erdtree Avatar. My goal for today is beat Leonine Misbegotten. Which may be a bit of a tall ask considering it's always raining here, but I can try. I also definitely need a little bit more health so that I don't just straight up perish. Because that's a thing. This place should have smithing stone twos, which I need for my seal. At least for now, I'm just gonna keep upgrading my standard fingerprint seal. Or two-finger seal, or whatever it's called. What is it? Just finger seal. Nice try. Okay. That's a decent amount of damage that I do. You are going to explode. Or not. Oh, smithing stone 1. Okay, I could have been wrong about what is here. Like, I could be very wrong. Ow. Let me out. Let me out, let me out, let me out! Okay, so it's... Yikes. I'm getting interrupted a lot more than I thought I was going to. Low-key terrifying, that. Okay. I don't remember which direction is the... Okay, I think I gotta go that way. It's been a while since I've done this tunnel. I normally collect enough smithing stone 2s just passively, or 1s and 2s just passively, so I don't normally come in here. I could have sworn there were smithing stone 2s. Oh well. This will definitely help for if I need to up a second seal. Or, well, a second seal that isn't somber. Okay, yeah, it's all 1s here. There might be a couple 2s, but they're not anywhere I've gotten to yet. Could be a matter of these Stone Digger trolls. Or, is it a Stone Digger troll at the end of this one? It has been forever since I've done this cave. Okay. Flyers. Soft cotton, okay. I need to be very careful not to explode those. Is there at least a stake of Marika here? No? Of course not. Alright. Let's see. Can I tell what you are through the gaps in this? Have you spawned in? Oh, you're a misbegotten. Okay. Oh dear. And goodbye. Yeah, that goes to show you just how often I come into this room. Could have sworn that was Smithing Stone 2's. Oh well. The cave I was thinking of must... Or no, because... Alright, I need 270 more for a single... Let's do that. And before I forget, let's actually mix this. The secondary effects matter more in the late game, and especially when you have more than a couple tiers. Pardon? But still. Yeah, rally all you like. I'm heading off this way. And then we're going to see how I fare. Like, let's get health up to 20. And then see how I fare against the Leonine Misbegotten. Oh dear. Goodbye. How much was that for runes? That wasn't enough for a level. Actually, I might have to try just 18 and go from there. Rest. Level up, 18, and we'll do that. That essentially gives me a free physic. Or, well, a free heal. Alright. What do I do with you? How much damage do I do to you? Okay, that's not bad. Uh-oh. Come on. I was honestly expecting much less considering it's raining. Damn it. Okay, as long as I don't miss, I should actually be fine. Okay. I was worrying over pretty much nothing. Good to know. I prep for everything like it's endgame content. That said, I'd be probably in a pretty big pickle if I didn't have that Faith's canvas, or Faithful canvas. Okay. I hit. That's bad. Come on, you can get closer. I hit dodge. Why did you not dodge, Incinedorf? What? Okay, that one I dodged too early. This is doable as long as I don't goof up and Incinedorf dodges. When I tell him to. This is a team effort, my guy. Alright. I hit. Whatever. I needed to dodge there. Or I needed to heal on that. There we go. Got greedy, but I won. There's probably going to be a bunch of victories like that, honestly, where I could win because I greed. I'm willing to bet that a lot of the time it's going to come down to, am I willing to trade for this? Which, a lot of the time it probably won't. Most of the time trading is just going to wind up putting me in a bad spot, honestly. The only... Can you... Flying enemies and dogs. Those are going to be my problems. Might be worthwhile to just run through. Except no, I'll end up cornered. Come on. There we go. Only so many places you can run at me when I'm in a corner. Okay, now I have to do this little bit to run back all over again. Because of course Edgar can't be positioned somewhere reasonably away from a Grace. Well, somewhere reasonably close to a Grace, I mean. Oh boy. Yeah, some of this is going to be painful. And now that I've done that, come on, come say hi. I don't bite, I only burn. There we go. I hate flying enemies. It does not matter the game. They are always a pain. Especially when you don't have the tools to properly deal with them. I just have to sort of wait for them to land. Hello.
We're keeping them no long on sight. Thanks to the vote by Liurnia has it, I only hope. Thanks to the vote by Liurnia has it, I only hope.
Yeah, you brought this on yourself, honestly. Hello.
How could this my daughter do for my children? And I'll find them. The foul will hunt them, rest assured. Oh, the foul will hunt them, rest assured.
Alright. There's a couple more things I could do over here. But for now, let's actually go see if I can't handle Fort Heights. The answer is probably no. But doesn't hurt to check. At most it'll cost me 700 runes, which is nowhere near enough for a level anyway. And then I should really go into Stormvale. Okay. I am now one with the bush. Alright, I'm unfortunately gonna have to deal with some of you, as much as I would love to save all of my casts for the boss of this place. 2 already doesn't bode well. Sneaky. Ow. Did you just blow yourself up? Okay, I like that I can catch 2 people at once with that. If I manage to get them in a decent spot. Nah. I'm not messing with that, no. And now we go down here. Come on, you can do it. You can follow me. Apparently he's decided no, he can't. Where did... There you are. Well, I've been given time to regroup on that front. So, yay for that, I suppose. Because you won't attack unless I actually cross that threshold. But once I do, I am in for a fight. Hold up. How many? I have 17 smithing stone once. Sheesh. Okay, Ow. How did you miss me? Like, actually, how did you miss me with that? How? I was right there! How did you miss me? That's just embarrassing. Okay, it might be worthwhile going for a Geel soon. Much as I don't want to say it, it might actually be worthwhile going for a Geel. I don't anticipate that going very well. But at the same time, there's only so much I can do within Limgrave and the peninsula without leaving.
Did you? Well, I knew now. Go ahead. Right, much. What's that look? Well, even the which is why just you.
Yes, yes, yes.
I see bright. Enter it. Who knows? What say you? Very high. I shall hold. I see. Right, I've much to do.
Okay. Now we go back here, and I'll have to kill some things in order to get back to Kenneth. But that's his quest done for now. Or as much as I can do. I won't be able to do any more until I clear out the blighted village for Nefeli. Which I need to go into Stormville for that as well. Get! Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the corpse of a demi-human queen that we're standing on here. So it doesn't surprise me that the demi-humans would be unwilling to parlay. There we go. I don't know what exactly Kenneth was thinking with that.
Oh, indeed, one must be true. I'm sorry that I haven't the great, but now for a true.
That is fine. Alright, so my options. I can head in I could do more stuff in Caelid. I could hunt down some of the caverns in the Weeping Peninsula. Or tackle this Everjail. I could tackle this Everjail up here. Or I could actually go do Stormvale and stop stalling. I'm curious. I don't want to leave Anastasia because I'll forget about Anastasia. How much do I need for another level? 5228. That is the wrong button. I could also tackle Tree Sentinel. But at this point, I'm not even sure if Tree Sentinel is going to give me enough runes to make it worth it. Okay, so we're going to go here. Because this is a relatively safe spot for early game rune farming. As long as I sit in this bush and hide. I just need 800 runes. What? Not the bots. I can one-shot literally everything here, so just gotta... Tree and Beast Surcoat. Alright, I need 200 more runes. Okay. I forgot that there was a different... Okay. just forgetful, it seem. Why is it raining? Rain is going to be the bane of my existence when I'm going after bosses. Unless the boss I'm going after is already on a lake or something. Ah, fuck, Liurnia. Liurnia is going to be interesting. To say the least. Up 20. There we go. And with that, 691 with Crimson Amber, and okay, so that's only a 40-point boost to my health, but still 40 points is better than nothing. Let's hope I can actually take a few hits now. Uh-oh. There we go. Okay, and I didn't even get hit. I just didn't want to forget about her and then start going through the motions of getting into Caelid and getting knocked off my horse. Which actually, now that I have her downed, I can get the Overlook one over here. You. Die. So my next major milestone is going to be Stormvale Castle. What do I want my endgame build to look like? I am definitely going to want the Fire Scorpion Charm from Mount Gelmir, and I'm probably actually going to use the Abductor Virgin to get me there. Because I know exactly where that is. It's not in Volcano Manor. It's at the foot of Mount Gelmir, but that's still... Getting into Altus that way is actually a lot easier than the other two options. Ah! I was not expecting that. Hello. Like, the only way you guys are catching me is if... Or sneaking up on me is if you're right there when I do something and I don't notice. I will decide my next move in a second here, but for now I need the bathroom, so I'm going to put you in an ad. Or, well, you're already in an ad. And I will be right back. And now that I'm feeling about 4 elephants lighter, let's get back to the run. And, of course, route planning. I am going to outright need Phlox canvas. That isn't a, oh, I just really want it. I'm fairly certain that if I want to stand a chance against late game stuff, I'm going to need Phlox canvas, which means I have to do the Millicent quest. Millicent's quest is the only way to get it. I want Fire's Scorpion Charm for extra damage, but there's a good chance that once I hit late game, or more specifically end game stuff, that isn't going to be doing me any favors. I'm specifically worried about Consort with that one. Oh, TJ! Hello! How you doing? Thank you so much for the bits. Blessed Dew Talisman is going to be essential for any spell run, I think. That talisman makes it so that it might be a slog, but technically any boss that you can actually damage with your spells will be beatable. Might not be very good for normal runs, but for a spells-only challenge run like this, that is essential. That is not what I meant to do. Oh well. But how you doing, TJ? Right, this tunnel. Let's go down. Glad to hear that. Yeah, it's been a while. So this run, I'm only allowed to use this spell. So I'm currently running around trying to get my endurance up, honestly, first, before I do anything else, at least to 15. In order to, or well, anything else with my levels. In order to figure out where I'm going to be trying to go to. Obviously, this is subject to change. Ooh! Well, what are the options? Uh-oh. I can't even use the smithing stone 4s yet, but may as well collect them. Ah, I see, I see, I see. Oh dear. Damn it, I need to go back here for that. Shit, shit, shit! Apologies for the profanity, that was just a lot of runes I just lost. Oh dear. Crap! I thought I was safe. I thought I could handle... I just lost an entire level's worth of runes. Might try where winds meet. I've heard good things about that one. Well, since I can't... get the runes back anyway, may as well just run through. Collect things. Don't care if I die. I actually got myself a couple games the other day. 'Cause oh dear. Got paid and there were some on sale. Yeah, I got myself 9 souls because that had been recommended to me a bunch and I just only now got around to getting it. I got myself Bayonetta because it is kind of a crime that I haven't played one of those games yet. And I got myself a game called Solar Ash, which I've never heard of, but it looked cool. And again, on sale. I'm a lot more forgiving when it comes to games that I get on sale.
This was supposed to... What's going on? Well, gosh. Get to the festival. Doesn't the...
Alright, how... I'm fairly certain magma worms are immune to fire, but let's try this anyway. Not immune, just insanely resistant. Got it. That actually brings up a good point, though. In order to get the bull goat set, I need to actually deal with a magma worm. I will need to deal with a magma worm if I want to get the bull goat set, so that might not be happening. In which case, I'll have to settle for Lionel's. At least until I can get Sir Moore's set. So there's a few problems, we'll say, with this run. first of all, it's a spell-only run, so at least until I get something called the Blessed Blue Talisman, I will be running with limited casts. There's a limited amount of damage I can do per run. Or per attempt at anything. Some bosses, due to heavy fire resistance, are going to be fire immunity, are going to be outright unbeatable. And the range combined with the not so great cast speed, like, it comes out insanely quickly, so if I start that animation before I get hit, then I'll be trading a hit, but I'll still get the damage off. If I don't, or if the enemy is...
It's tightly... You breach the... Well, but of course.
I just want the grace that's on the other side of this, honestly. But if I don't... There we go. Wow. That happened. The damage from the spell itself is pretty good, though, and it is incredibly speedy. So I'll probably wind up trading a lot, which is why I'm considering heavier armor. There we go. Hello. But there's 2 points of grace to be concerned about here. That first one by the gate itself was honestly just to get me in the door. The second one is going to come in incredibly handy for a lot of boss fights on my way to the end game. Once I actually hit end game, it's not going to... Or, well... There's a better one down the line. But for now, at least... I'm going to want Godric's Great Rune. And in order to unlock Godric's Great Rune, I need to go across that bridge there, so unlocking the Grace now will save me some time later. I can't actually get inside without the Great Rune. But that'll make getting back here far easier. Can you de-aggro, please? Now that I've done that, I'll go in the normal way. Or, well, the side way. Mostly because there is a lot of treasure to be had, the side path. Unless I can... I was honestly considering... Like, I was thinking about Bull Goat, and now that I've remembered Magma Worm, I'm a little concerned about that. I believe it was Magma Worm Makar. I believe Magma Worm Makar is the one between Liurnia and Altus. if I can't do a decent amount of damage to that, I can't get Bulk out. Alright. And then we go back here. That is a damage problem. And it's a huge one, actually, because bull goats... Bull goat is one of the best defensive sets in the game. Or one of the best sets, defensively speaking. I think Moore's armor just barely beats it out in some capacity. I think it's actually worse in others. Was worth a shot. I'll actually have to test that. Because I have a couple files that have both. Come on, throw another one. There we go. And... yay! I'm also more than a little concerned about dealing with any boss that's standing in a pool of water or in an area where it rains often. It's only a 10% drop, but water does increase enemy fire, and my own fire resistance. Fire is the most resisted damage type in the game. It's not even close. Come on. Goodbye. This, I don't think, is actually useful to me. But at the same time, worth having. And Gostok fled because he was afraid to face my wrath. The wrath of Incinedorf is not to be underestimated. Unless you happen to be immune to fire. Oh boy. This is gonna be interesting. Can you come over here, please? Yeah, I don't want to set those exploding barrels on fire. That is a recipe for death. I knew you were there. I just also knew that you couldn't take the heat. Alrighty then. What can I do here? Oh crap. I thought I was safe. And it turns out that I was not. Turn around. I love when I can just interrupt someone's animations. Not as fun when it happens to me, though. Oh, come on. You can do better than that. There we go. I do intend to get the loot. I'm just gonna have to be a little more careful. Haha. And then you can become nice and toasty. Or toasted. Do I clear out what's on the right again? It's not like... yes, I really should. Well, I didn't take damage, so that's a plus. I did not, in fact, take damage. And I did not blow myself up, which is an even bigger plus. I was actually kind of worried about blowing myself up. Ah! I was not close enough! No, I wasted a cast! Oh well. And these roots here would be why I was concerned about dropping there. Sometimes their hitboxes get a little wonky. Anywho... why do I get the feeling I was supposed to go over here another way? I was supposed to go over here another way. Okay, right, because there's a way if we're going over... Where is it? There. I forgot. I hit pillage! Why did you not pillage? Buttons are not buttoning. 'Tis sad. Alright. Hold on, actually. That is something I want. And I think we get it from over here, and I just forgot to jump. Like, even if I can't use it, I still want it so that I can, Or not. Where? Ah, okay. Yeah, it's suddenly not worth it. I just got so lucky. I just actually got so lucky, I thought I was dead there. The amount of luck present in that fall. I probably just used up the rest of it for my entire life. Yeah, that drop down there is a little scuffed sometimes. Come on. I'm hitting dodge, why are you not? There we go. Ooh, gloves. That is my first pair of gloves. I'll take those. I will gladly take those. I could just run past stuff, but I do want the runes from killing things. Because I need a little more endurance. This is going to have to be a very tanky caster. Just straight up, this is going to have to be a very tanky caster. Oh dear. Well, I didn't take damage, so that's a plus. There we go. There we go. I swear this will get more interesting once I actually reach the boss. Early game for these is always interesting, but it is slower. The pace tends to pick up once I have a few bosses under my belt. And that's the case for literally every game, actually. Can we not? There we go. Yeah, it's actually something I've noticed with every game I do a challenge run for. The early game with all of the prep and stuff takes longer than the rest of the game combined. Unless I happen to get walled on a boss. Because that does happen. Oh dear. Okay, the birds are going to be a problem. Unless I get walled on a boss, the early game and all of the prep work that entails takes longer than the rest of the game combined. Which is interesting, if a little weird. I should be able to jump off somewhere over here. There we go. Is this jump... This should be survivable, right? Yes. You just take a little damage. Oh man, if I can ever talk anybody into playing hide and seek with me in this game, that is going to be an amazing hiding spot. No, I don't want to go that way yet. I want to actually finish getting this, clearing out this section. I just had to test that, since it was on the mind and all. Uh-oh. Well, that's embarrassing. That is embarrassing, to say the least. Let's go collect my runes. Uh-oh. Okay. Ow. This section is going to be a little tricky, because I can't lure them away one at a time. And I can't deal with them from a distance. Which means I have to come up, I have to sneak up from behind these two. Sneaky, sneaky. I want to get rid of you first. Okay. That happened. Okay, Exile Gauntlets. Are those, I don't think those are better than Banished Knight. No, they go down in literally every regard except for... Wait. There we go. Okay, that's a cookbook for my growing collection. How many of you are there? There's 2. And then there's also 2 Banished Knights over there that I really don't want to fight at the same time. There we go. There we go. Just need one of you to get all the way over here. Actually, if I can convince you... Nah. Oh, Alexu! Hello! What? Give me a second. My tag does not say that. Yeah, okay, it doesn't say that I know true art, but it does say that I'm not buying any people's art. And that is due to the fact that people just will not shut up about it. And it tends to be AI anyway. Or at least it looks AI because everybody has the same style. Like, I'm not even joking. I did look at a couple people's portfolios in the early days. Or in my early days of streaming. And I could not tell the portfolios apart. The exact pieces were different, but I could not tell them apart. So it might not have actually been AI, but it certainly felt AI. Well, thank you for the redeem, Alexu. How are the two of you doing? And hello, Karato, as well. What is happening with this? I believe across the board it's considered unwanted soliciting. I've seen, like, signs up that say no solicitors. I tried that in my tags and it didn't work. I've gotten far fewer art things since adding this to I'm not buying any art specifically to my tags. Without the same style. Okay. But if it's interchangeable, then it's not art. You can mimic another person's style, but if I legitimately cannot tell one person's from another, then that is a failing. Yeah, no soliciting doesn't work. It could just be because I'm a pretty small creator, but the direct, I am not buying any art, works for me. Fair enough. How many golden seeds do I have? Because I can get 2 right here. I should connect the spots, though. I need to run. There's no way that I am going to be able to handle these birds. Yeah.
The pleasures I'm looking for when I'm not hot-foot enough about this place.
Yeah, again, I accused them of being bots for that.
Still, I'm privy to. Would you care to learn one as a fellow Tom?
Yeah, it's the art scammers and the bots that follow exact scripts. So I have a few keywords for those scripts just banned in my chats. And that winds up catching you as well sometimes, Karato. Oh dear. There we go. Yeah. They seriously do not take no for an answer. You're not wrong about that. They do not take no for an answer. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Like, at first, I was actually trying to be very civil with those types. Like, I'm not interested now, but I'll let you know if I end up being. Now I just shut it down instantly. Yep. Yeah, no. If it uses AI, it's not art. If it uses AI, it is literally just an image that follows a script. There is no deeper meaning to a line or a texture. Nothing to analyze, it just is. And that is boring. Art is not boring. Sorry, I get a little heated. Yeah. Well, yes and no on that one, actually. You might have to pester once or twice just to get your name out there. But after that point, if your art is good, people will just keep coming back. I'm a lot more forgiving with a beginner artist, but these art scammers don't... They claim to be experienced, and if you're experienced and people aren't coming to you for anything, I wonder why. It's ridiculous. That is never a good start to a conversation, but you have the floor, Karato. Ow. Oh no. Damn it. Oh? Is it going to be just normal, or are you going to put a twist on it? Because this is a challenge run. This is... that spell that I've been spamming is the only method I have of dealing damage. Ow. Improve exposure. What do you mean by that?
Oh, just please.
Can you back off?
Oh, just please. Good, now let's be on one to go.
Mm-hmm. Considering I've slaughtered my way through a bunch of the guards already, it's not really that problematic if they spot me. Uh-oh. There we go. Wait, what? 3D avatar? You would not consider that art. No, there's art that goes into it. It is if it is intentionally designed... There isn't really a, oh dear, absolute definition for art. Okay, I can level. Ah. I honestly, there are very, very few things that I would actually trust an AI to do over a human. Let's collect this. Goodbye. I can't remember what's in this one. I know the only thing in the one I passed earlier was Misericord. Oh wait, no, this one is the one with Misericord. Oh dear. And the Iron Wet Blade. Okay, so this one was actually worth going into. Actually, yeah, Karato, you didn't answer mine either. What are you planning on doing with your Elden Ring session? Is it just going to be is it going to be a first playthrough? Is it going to be casual, or is it going to be a gimmick? And honestly, if it's a first playthrough, then Karato cannot really say if it was, or if he does enjoy Elden Ring. Because watching and playing are actually very different. Over here. Grab myself a view. Alexia, do you happen to know how much fire resistance Godric has? Because I get the feeling that it's higher than I'm anticipating. Probably not 50%, but still. I can't even use the prayer books. However, I can use that seal if it turns out to be... Okay, so I need more faith to even consider that. Fair enough. And then this just puts me back here. Okay, so Godric has 20% fire resistance? Is that what you're saying? Because you attach that to the end of a message I'll dissect in a minute here. Ah! I'll look at Fextra Life in a second. Alright. Or just compare. Rest. And now we're gonna go down this path over here. No, I don't care that I just took a hit. Yeah, and I don't trust Google AI. Google AI has been completely wrong about things that I've known from personal experience before. I don't trust it to be right about this. At least Fextra Life is made by actual players who can compare and take notes. Really? Oh dear. Okay. I don't mind modded content, really, but I do have to admit that people glaze Bloodborne a little too much. Elden Ring's combat is fine for what Elden Ring is. Oh dear. So while that could be an interesting thing to see, oh. Ah, I need to run, I need to run! Ow. Also, I don't think... you do know what Melania's Great Rune does, right? Oh dear. There we go. Okay, yeah, that is essentially them bringing the rally system into this game. They also balanced it around a few other things, though. That opens up Roger's quest, and as a result, Theo's. So let's go back and then actually check Fextra Life. What am I doing? I can fast travel from here. Okay, so it looks like Google's AI wasn't lying this time. I need 200 more runes for that. Okay. Yo, get down here. There we go. That was only 98. Yikes. Smithing stone too. Nice. I believe I actually need to break that. Uh-oh. Freaking omens. Ah, damn it. Alright, so Bloodborne's combat is fun because Bloodborne was designed for that combat. If you change one game's combat to function more like that of another game, you wind up losing some of that personality, so I'm a little worried about that, but otherwise that sounds fun. There we go. As for why you like Elden Ring, I actually don't understand graphics being a selling point. Damn it. At least not a major one. Like, if a game... I do understand not wanting to look at a game that makes you sick. There have been times where I've played games and I've had to put them down because something about them just... I could not stomach it, literally. But first and foremost, a game should be fun. Oh dear. I think that whether an open world game works, it really depends. For example, Elden Ring's open world works. But I don't think Skyrim's really does. Yeah, and that's how the rally system worked in Bloodborne too. You could only heal back a certain amount.
Be proud. Your mistake was your choice of master. Well, tarnished. I am the felon. I'm hereby how utter this grafting has tainted them. If I ask you, the winds ring. I'm certain.
And if you got hit by anything, then you would lose part of that rally bar. You could only heal back the last hit you took. So I have to admit I don't understand the complaint about Malenia's Great Rune not letting you heal back everything. Malenia's Great Rune is essentially Bloodborne's rally system, just tweaked to fit Elden Ring. Oh, no, 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 no. Not from you, from other people. I've heard a lot of people... Yeah. You'd rather have it constantly? Fair enough. Yeah. True, true. Alright, will you... Can I... Oh dear. Damn it. Alright, the tricky part about this is going to be luring the troll away, honestly. Elden Ring honestly feels like a bad dream. Lore is the bad part, the graphics are the dream part. The lore is actually really good for Elden Ring. Elden Ring's lore is really cool. It has... There is no quote-unquote good guy. I'm actually not doing a kill all enemies run. Oh dear. The kind of run I'm doing is in the description, or is in the title of the stream. The reason I need to clear out this path, though, is because I think I'm going to wind up needing the smithing stones in that statue. And if I want to get the smithing stones in that statue, I need to lure that troll over. Problem being, the troll does not want to come alone. I cannot, with what I can do with this run, I cannot... Oh dear. Lure the troll by itself. Oh dear. Come on. I don't even actually care if I die here, I just need you to break that statue. Come on. Ow. Come on. There we go. That's mostly smithing stone ones, which aren't as good, especially because my current... I have a ton of smithing stone ones now, actually. I've got like 20. Nice try. But with that... Oh, yeah, welcome to FromSoft. That's all I can say on that one. For now, I don't actually need that. FromSoft lore does not exactly dip its toes into Hello Kitty levels of family friendly.
Well, I took you for no matter to lay out your own.
Strength and armament. And I need smithing stone 3s now, which I do not have any of. But, this is what I've done so far. of this game. I've kind of just been running around. I like the lore and the combat of this game. I could take or leave the open world. I genuinely think that this open world only works because of the way FromSoft did it. And anything else wouldn't really work. It doesn't work with a lot of games. Graphics, I genuinely don't care about. Oh dear. Oh dear. Godric's gonna be a problem. Dual wielding isn't actually going to help me. Not good. Uh-oh. The reason dual wielding seals isn't going to help me is because I actually need the stamina regeneration more. Oh dear. Oh dear. I'll read that in a second. Goodbye. Hey, first tried Godric. Why was Margit harder? Boost incantation damage by stacking passive bonuses. Yep, it's in your main hand and handles scaling casting. Provides passive. Yeah. Yeah, I was actually aware of that. However, when it comes to gimmick runs, you actually want stamina regeneration more. The only thing I can do for dealing damage is cast Catch Flame. Because of that, my talismans need to be kind of perfect for that. And that does not include a... more often than not, that does not include a stamina regeneration bonus, which is kind of needed when you're spamming things. So I have to run Turtle Shell. So thank you, but I did already know about that.
Oh, he got more to you though. He had.
I actually don't know if the animation's different. We can actually test that real quick since I have a couple seals on hand. Nope. And then... it's the same regardless. But I just need the turtle shells passive. With that done, let's go unlock Godric's Great Rune. Because I went and got this earlier. Oh boy. I don't think it's the same. I don't think it's different for sorceries either. I think regardless of what you do, for casting specifically, you're going to have the same animation. Oh dear. Although it could also be entirely dependent on what seal you use. Or not seal, spell you use. Mine is a starter spell, so... Silent to cool. Fair enough, I guess. I suppose that's fair. Casting in these games, you have to play around it. There's definitely things you gotta play around with that. For example... I did a run that was Magic Glintblade only, and that took a bit of finagling because of the way Magic Glintblade works. I still have to go back and beat Consort with that. I got close. I got close enough that I've proven that it actually can be done. And that I do technically have the skills to do it. I just fucked up at the end. Which is so annoying. I actually forgot to grab the grape. So what's my next order of business going to be after Stormvale? Or, well, of course it's after Stormvale, because I just beat Stormvale. So next order of business is pretty obviously going to be Liurnia, but where should my goal be? Let me grab this. I'm aware... I guess what I'm really meaning to say here is, should I tackle Caria Manor first, or Raya Lucaria? Because I'm actually going to be going after every Remembrance boss I can. The exception here is going to be Rykard, because I'm fairly certain that he's immune to fire anyway. And getting the healing to get close enough for that is impossible, I think. Unless I tackle Malenia. Actually, it might be possible with Malenia's Great Rune, but then that will be Great Rune dependent. It might be possible with Malenia's Great Rune and both Blessed Dew and Blessed Blue. But both of those are rough, to say the least. Getting to Melania alone is an ordeal, and then actually beating her even more so. And Blessed Dew and Blessed Blue are both locked behind DLC, which requires defeating Radon and Moog. Always a pleasant spot to be in. I'm actually a little worried about Moog. Any logical reason to get a new armor? I am actually going to... I am at the moment pumping endurance a little because I'm gonna have to run heavy armor with this character. It's not as important right now, but once I start getting into later bosses, I will at the very least need Lionels. I'd like... Honestly, I would love to have Bull Goat for this character. However, Bull Goat is probably not possible. Or if it is possible, it's going to be enough of a pain in the ass that I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to go for it at all. Because Bull Goat is locked behind Magma Worm Makar. At least I believe so. I could be wrong. I could very much be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that Bull Goat is locked behind Magma Worm Makar. And if that is indeed the case, I actually tested my damage output on a Magma Worm earlier, and I can do so again to prove why that is not a very smart thing for me to attempt tackling. Now, granted, I actually don't know if this one... Really? I actually don't know if this one is stronger or weaker than Magma Worm Makar. But I should use... Hang on. And then I need 2,000 more for another level in that. That's enough. I'm well aware that my damage is going to wind up going... Or, my damage is going to get a lot better as I get stronger, of course, but, as of right now... 63 damage. On a headshot. If Magma Worm Makar has similar fire resistance, that is just outright not happening. Which means I should rush Leyndell. Because Lionel's is actually not locked behind anything stupid. I literally just have to get into the city. Eventually, once I hit DLC, I'll probably wind up going for Sir Moore's armor. Which is honestly pretty easy. I just have to get close enough to Shadowkeep that Mikola breaks his Great Rune. And then tell Moore to stay sad forever. Well, considering some of the stuff I am going to wind up needing, it's probably a good idea for me. My route is gonna be a little weird. Once I get into Raya Lucaria, I'm actually going to use the Abductor Virgin to get me to Mount Gelmir. That'll put me up near Lanedale. Then I'm either going to take out Renala, or I'm going to take out either Renala or Radahn. And from there, head into Lanedale. I'm actually thinking Radahn might be the easier of the two. I could be completely wrong about that. But I am going to want... Okay, so my options at this point are for which bosses I can tackle to get my second Great Rune so I can enter Lanedale through the Draconic Tree Sentinel. Or I guess I could enter through the depths too, but that would require Radahn anyway. Yes, that requires Deeproot Depths, I believe. And that Deeproot Depths requires the gargoyles. Or going through... Or, there's only two ways to enter Deeproot Depths. There's the gargoyles or subterranean shunning grounds. Those are the only two ways into Deeproot. And I hate to say it, but I'm probably going to have to skip the gargoyles. Which means if I want to get to Deeproot, I need to beat Sewer Moog. Which will actually be pretty decent. Anyway, in order to get into Lanedale, I'd have to kill Radahn anyway. Honestly. If I wanted to access that, because Radahn locks Nokron. My options for getting into Lanedale are Renala, Radahn, or Moog. I could technically try Rykard, but I don't think that's possible. I genuinely don't think that's possible with this character. So my thinking is unlock both Renala and Radahn, take out whoever's easier, and then head into Lanedale to see about how much it would be, or well, how much effort that would actually take to, or well, how many levels I'm going to wind up needing just to wear Lionel's armor. Because I unfortunately do not think Bulgo is going to be happening. If I manage to take out both Radahn and Moog, then I can... that is the wrong direction. I never talked to you.
Oh, I can't very well. It is sick. I love you, the house guest. Remember you.
I have a Great Rune.
There's nothing left to say.
Yeah. I could technically go after Moog, but let's be real here. Renala and Radahn are much better suited to early game.
Let's graze anchor until it would tragic across the far.
Actually, Radon's armor might be good too for the poise. Okay, Radon's armor might actually be really good for the poise. I don't normally get it, which is why I forgot about it.
I thought you'd risk the felly, Lou. I'm glad to see I found it in you were the one to make good use. I don't intend. I wonder if he's in his stuff. If you haven't already, Father isn't unsure at all. It's about I'll see you again. It's about time I'll see you again.
No, you cannot equip both the shield and 2 seals at the same time. Or, well, you can. However, as soon as you swap to the seal, you'll lose the shield's passive, and as soon as you swap to the other, and as soon as you swap to the shield, you lose the seal's passive. So while it is technically possible, no. You can technically equip them, but you can't make use of both at the same time. Nefeli's quest will eventually get me an ancient dragon smithing stone, so I should work towards that. Yes, the shield is visible. Do you not see the turtle shell on my back? But well, watch what happens when... See, as soon as I... Like, look at the top right corner. I don't have the shield on right now, so I don't have the turtleneck passive. As soon as I do that, the turtleneck passive comes up.
Please, no. Dear me. I haven't a clue. No secrets lie with me, not a one.
So dual wielding will not work for this, not unless I'm willing to sacrifice a talisman slot for
You must keep...
stamina instead of survivability or damage.
If you should, then please give it. I chose the medallion. It's only a cut for dear. Alas.
Alright, now that I've gotten that should trigger Ensha. And then I can go do the Nefeli section. No, that's not dual wielding, that's two-handing. It looks like dual wielding if you have a, where are you? Ah, there you are. There we go. If you have, say, if you have claws or fists equipped, then it will look like you're dual wielding, but you will still technically be two-handing. Or, well, you'll be two-handing, but it'll act like you're dual wielding. Thank you. It's still technically the same weapon, and as a result, the shield will still be there.
I witnessed the oppression of awaking. Put the under the justice to let the scars. Put this under the suffering.
Okay. Can I? Thank you. Let's just rush on up here. And oh dear. Get rid of you. What? We deny that. Come on. That's not good. Shoot, I can't tell if there's another dog. I think there is. Can I sneak around, or are you gonna just rush me immediately? Because you yourself are not going to be as big of a problem if I can get rid of every single dog you have guarding you. Hi. Come on. Okay, you're still a problem because I am made of paper. Good to know, good to know. That's gonna have to be... That is going to have to be an issue for next time, though. I'm gonna have to call it here. If you're interested in anything I've done up until this point, you can check out my YouTube channel. I try to upload stuff same day, and I group my runs by playlist so they're easier to find. If you're interested in seeing my announcements, I post them to my stories here on Twitch, to YouTube, and currently to Instagram. If you would like to see my clips in an easier fashion, I post them to YouTube, currently to TikTok, and currently, when it lets me, to Instagram. The links to all of that are in the chat now. If you've made it this far and are curious to see where I go from here, why not drop a follow? It takes but one button press, and you can always change your mind if you decide my content isn't for you. Tomorrow, Karato and I... Thank you for the redeem, Alexo. Tomorrow, Karato and I are going to be going through Lords of the Fallen. I believe we're heading into the Fief of the Chill Curse. Although we will rediscuss that later. Thursday and Friday, it's back to Dragon's Dogma 2. Apologies for the voice crack. I'll be continuing the main quest. And then next week I will be back to this run, and we'll be continuing with Liurnia of the Lakes. I might pivot into Caelid for a bit, but predominantly next week is going to be Liurnia. One moment. Well, looks like I missed Piku. But Cube is playing Dark Souls Remastered. I believe it's his first playthrough, so if you're interested in that, stay tuned. That said, happy time zones, everyone. And I hope you all have an excellent day.